Alright, bacon wrapped stuffed chicken breast. Right, so I've got two fairly large chicken breasts there. I've got 4 slices of British black bacon. You can use any bacon you like, just make sure you got enough to wrap them in. And for the stuffing, I'm going to use some just a dry corner of bread, some onion, some stalks, 5 mushroom stalks, which I just don't want to throw away. I use the mushrooms for breakfast in an open cap type configuration, so I just didn't want to throw those away, and they'll add some great flavour to this. And also on the flavour side, I've got 1 rasher of smoked bacon, which I've fried to a crisp, and that's going to be like umami crack. That's going into there. So right, let's first of all get the stuffing sorted out, and then we'll be in clover, as it were. So I'll tear up the bread, get that in there, get in the mushrooms. I probably won't need to add much moisture to this, if any at all. And that's about 1/4 of an onion. And in also goes the bacon. So get all that in there. There we go. And I'll give that a whiz. So there we go. That's come back. I just need to test it to see if it's wet enough. Yeah, it's wet enough. It's totally going to be wet enough. And it's going to have a great flavour. So I just want to add a little bit of salt and pepper to that stuffing. Don't forget, it's already got that bacon rasher in it, so what, 1/2 teaspoon of salt perhaps, and a few twists of black pepper. I always like my black pepper freshly ground, and lots of it. You can't beat that flavour. So that's our stuffing sorted out. I'm going to put that to one side. The other thing you'll need, of course, is some cocktail sticks or something to secure the stuffed chicken breasts. And you'll need something like a sharp pointy knife to do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in and I feel that breast flat. In fact, I'm going to put that down. I'm going to put that down on here, flat, to work on it, and then push it flat so I know what sort of angle to go in with my knife. And I want to make a pocket inside. You can feel where the blade is, and then turn the blade around and then go in the other end, and you want to make enough of an opening at the end to get your stuffing inside it. So it really is a lot easier than it looks. So once you've done that, you can go in with your finger and enlarge the pocket a little bit, like that. And then we need to prepare the other one. Again, get it flat so you can feel where everything is, and go in at an angle where you can, and then turn the knife around once you've got it cut one side, and then you can feel where the knife is. Make a big enough hole in the front to make sure you can get everything in there, and then you can enlarge that hole with your finger, get it right in like that, and likewise with that one. Let's get that out of the way. And the next thing we can do now is start getting in the stuffing. So there's no easy way of doing this, boys and girls. You've just got to, what I like to do is form it into a sort of pellet and then push it in like that. it is a bit messy, but what happens is that stuffing, instead of the chicken drying out, what will happen is all that juice from the chicken will find its way into that stuffing, which is still ever so slightly dry. Now you can use whatever stuffing you like. This is just one I've kind of made up on the spur, but in Italy they would probably use lobster and prawn in their stuffing and all sorts of things for this sort of thing. Elsewhere you might find sausage meat being used or something like that. So just get that in, and then let's get the rest of this out. We might not end up using all the stuffing. It depends how big the hole is in your chicken and how big you can make it without busting it out. Right, so again, I'm forming it into like pellets by squeezing it together and then forcing it into the hole. Make another one. Force it into the hole. It's a bit messy, but when you see this finished stuffed chicken breast, you'll know why. So right, so what we got is that's fairly well stuffed, and you can see how far down it's stuffed. Just make sure it gets pushed in all the way. There we are. So what we got now is the stuffed bit and this sort of tail bit. So I want to tuck that tail in a little bit as I wrap it. Okay, I'm just going to scrape off all this excess stuffing and get that out of the way. And I'll put that straight onto the baking tray because we can rest the chicken on top of that. And it will create a nice bed for the chicken. So I'm just overlapping. So I'm doing these because of their shape. I'm doing them like a yin and yang 69 type configuration, with the tail that end and the noisette that end, and likewise the opposite on that side. And then I'm going to sit my chicken breast, and I'm going to turn it upside down so that it presents with the joins on the bottom rather than on the top. So then all we do is we bring those round and then overwrap them with the other end like that. Very simple. It looks really posh and very important and but trust me, it's really just a very simple thing altogether. And then the other thing we've got to do is secure the mouth end where we stuffed it. Now another way to do that is wrap a piece of bacon over that, but I don't like to do that. I just like to secure it with sticks. So I just put crisscross cocktail sticks through that so it doesn't want to come bursting out. And then that's very simple because they can then be pulled out from the top when the cooking is finished. And then I lay that on my tray on top of the stuffing like that, and then start on the other one. Just overlap it slightly, get the chicken the right way up, flip it, fold in the tail like that, wrap it round once and then lock it in from the other end like that. And then when you lay it in the tray, it actually sits on the join that way. So we flip it over, put that bit of stuffing back in, and then secure the end crisscrossed like that to stop all that stuffing coming out, stop it unravelling. And then that goes onto your baking tray, and then that will now go into my oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to put that in for about 40 minutes but we'll keep an eye on it to see how it does. All right. Very nice. And you can see the cocktail sticks have actually held the stuffing in to stop it coming bulging out. I'll take you in close. So all that remains now is to get these plated up. So there it is, served up. You can see the stuffing and the bacon with the mushrooms in it. There's other stuffings you can use for this. As I said before, you can use seafood stuffings like lobster and prawn, or you can use minced pork and prawns. You can use ricotta cheese and spinach. There's just no end. Anything you can think of that will go with it. I've served it up simply here with some potato wedges and some cut green beans. I'm rather pleased with that. Hey friends, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you would like to follow my channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications for all my future videos. It would be great to hear from you in the comments, and I'll try to get back to as many of you as possible. You may wish to check out these titles or even help me out with a donation using the links in the description below the video. Thanks for watching.